Class our topic for today is financial statements. A reference for this topic is PAS1. And according to PAS1, the complete set of financial statements is composed of statement of financial position, also called the balance sheet, statement of comprehensive income, also called the income statement, statement of changes in equity, statement of cash flows, and notes to financial statements. Iisa-isahin natin yan. Pero yung notes to financial statements, madidiscuss natin yan as we discuss the first four. Okay? Now, the objective of the financial statements is to provide useful information to the users of the financial statements. Again, the objective of the financial statements is to provide useful information to the users. Okay? For the users to make wise and informed decisions. Para sa decision making nila yan. Okay? Let's have an illustration. For example, tayo si ABC Corp. Magpe-prepare tayo ng FS for the users of the financial statement. Sir, ano ba example sa mga users? We have investors or the shareholders. Basically, i-check ng investor and shareholders yung FS if naging profitable ba yung investments nila. Okay? We have the creditors. Example is bank. So, i-check ni bank kung kaya bang magbayad ni ABC Corp kapag nagpa-loan tayo kay ABC. Okay? Plus, we have the suppliers. So, basically, si suppliers, i-assess nyo yung FS kung makakapagbayad ba si ABC if mag-order ng goods from the suppliers. We also have the employees. For employees naman, well, titignan nila if kaya bang magpabayad ng sweldo ni ABC sa mga employees. We also have the government, specifically the BIR. I-check na BIR yung FS kung proper ba yung taxes na binabayad ni ABC, as well as Securities and Exchange Commission or SEC because may mga requirements yan sa mga corporations in the Philippines. We also have the top management, okay, management such as the CEOs or CFOs. I-assess nila yung performance of ABC by analyzing the financial statements. Okay? So these are the users of the FS. Now, yung users of the FS, they will make their decisions based on the content of the FS. Kaya class, very important na yung financial statements, they have to be reliable. Okay? Sir, paano magiging reliable yung financial statements? Well, dapat compliant sila with the standards. Pag sinabi mong standards, yun yung IFRS or the International Financial Reporting Standards. In the Philippines, we call it the PFRS, Philippine Financial Reporting Standards. Sir, ano difference ng content ng IFRS and PFRS? Wala. Kamukha lang yan. Okay? Ginawa lang yung international, ginawa lang natin Philippine. Pero yung lahat ng content yan, magkamukha lang yan. Okay? Now, for the statement of financial position, ang nire-report niyan or yung pinag-uusapan nating class is as of the period. Okay? As of. Yung next four, ang pinag-uusapan natin dito class is for the period. Sir, ano difference ng as of and for the period? Okay, ganito yung class. Let's say, today is 2027. Okay? Pag sinabi mong for the period, ang pinag-uusapan natin is only for 2027. Okay? Yun yung nire-report natin. 2027 lang. Pag sinabi mong as of, ang nire-report natin class is ever since mag-start yung company until end of 2027. Okay? So basically, pag sinabi mong as of, iyan yung running balance. Okay? So, running balance. So, ulitin ko, kapag statement of financial position, ang nire-report natin is as of or running balance ever since nag-start yung company, while yung next four, ang nire-report natin is as of or for 2027 lang. Okay, year 2027 lang. Okay, now, again, isa-isahin natin yan. Let's start with the statement of financial position. Statement of financial position, we also call this the balance sheet. Right? And we know this is the basis of the basic accounting equation, assets equal to liabilities plus equity. And sir, ano ba ibig sabihin ng financial position? Ang ibig sabihin class ng financial position is the ability to pay. Yung kakayanan magbayad. Yun lang ibig sabihin ng financial position. Ability to pay. We have two types. We have what you call liquidity and solvency. Sir, ano difference ng liquidity and solvency? Pag liquidity class, ability to pay short-term obligations. Ang maganda example ng short-term obligations, accounts payable. Kasi short-term yung mga accounts payable na yan. Okay? So again, pag sinabing liquidity, yun yung ability to pay ni ABC ng mga short-term obligations such as accounts payable. Pag sinabi mo namang solvency, long-term obligations naman yan. Ang magandang example yan, bonds payable. Kasi bonds, long-term yan. Okay? Ang tawag natin sa ability to pay ni ABC ng long-term obligations is solvency. Now, if mas mataas yung assets, mas mababa yung liabilities, mas mataas yung equity, ibig sabihin yung class, mas liquid at mas solvent si ABC. Alright? So, much better, again, sa financial position of an entity, much better na mataas yung assets, mababa yung liabilities, mataas yung equity. Kapag ganyan, ibig sabihin, the entity is more liquid and more solvent. Alright? Now, let's proceed to the elements of the balance sheet or statement of financial position. So, ano pa ibig sabihin ng elements? Ibig sabihin lang niya, class, iyan lang yung makikita natin in statement of financial position. Again, we have assets, liabilities, and equity. For assets, pwede natin siya i-categorize according to current and non-current assets. For liabilities naman, class, we also have current versus non-current liabilities. Pero sa equity, wala tayong concept ng current versus non-current. Applicable lang yung current versus non-current sa assets and liabilities. But we know, inaral natin sa shareholders' equity, makikita natin dyan, we have the share capital, share premium, retained earnings, ano pa? We have the OCI, and we have treasury shares. Okay, yun yung major items in the shareholders' equity. Okay, so now, dun muna tayo sa assets. Ito yung mga examples yan. Maglalagay tayo ng footnote. Current assets, actually, naaralan natin lahat yan. Basically, parang nagre-review lang tayo. Lalagyan natin ng A, current assets, ito yung mga examples nating class. Okay? Non-current assets, lagyan natin B, ito sila. Current liabilities, lagyan natin C, ito yan. And non-current liabilities, lagyan natin ng D, ito siya. Okay? So, isa-isa natin. Current assets, again, naaralan natin to. Examples are cash and cash equivalents, trade and other receivables, financial assets such as FBPL, current asset yan, inventories and prepaid expenses. Sir, bakit ba hina-highlight mo yung current versus non-current? Kasi yan yung typical na questions pagdating sa financial statements. How much is the current assets? How much is the non-current assets? Ganyan yung usually questions yan. Kaya dapat alam natin ano yung current and ano yung non-current. Let's go to non-current assets. Examples are PPE, long-term investments such as FVOCI and amortized costs. Take note, class, kapag silent yung problem, FVOCI and amortized costs are considered as non-current. Meron din tayong investment property and investment in associate and mga non-current assets yan. We have intangible assets and other non-current assets such as biological assets and deferred tax assets. Okay? Let's now go to current liabilities. So, meron tayong trade and other payables, income tax payable, current portion of long-term borrowing. So, for example, class, meron tayong notes payable or loans payable na may portion doon babayaran natin next year. Current liability yan. And then, non-current liability, meron tayong bonds payable, notes payable na long-term, loans payable, lease liability, and other non-current liabilities such as deferred tax liability. Okay, so familiarize yourselves sa classification if current versus non-current, again, because yun yung usual na questions na lumalabas for financial statements. Now, sir, how do we know ano ba yung rule sa current versus non-current? Ito yung class. An item is considered as current or non-current if, or current muna tayo. Current siya if it's, lagyan natin, current. Okay? Dalawa lang naman yan, di ba? So, pwedeng current or non-current. It is current if an item is expected to be realized kapag asset siya or settled if it's a liability, okay, within 12 months or operating cycle, whichever is longer. So, ulitin ko class. Current asset siya and current liability if it's realized kasi pag realized asset yan. Settled liability yan. Okay? If it's expected to be realized or settled within 12 months or operating cycle, whichever is longer. Okay? Kung ano mas mahaba. Alright? Sir, ano ba ulit yung operating cycle? Iyan class yung isang buong cycle ng business. Okay? From pagbili mo ng raw materials, pag-transform mo to finished goods, pagbenta to customer, and pag-collect from customer. Yun yung operating cycle. Okay? Pero if hindi clearly determinable yung operating cycle, ang assumption mo, 12 months yung operating cycle. Okay? So, yun yung current. Yun yung rule natin sa current. Now, kapag non-current, residual definition lang yan. If it's more than 12 months, okay, the item is considered as non-current. Okay? Sige. Now, before we answer our illustrative examples, balik muna tayo dito. Yung notes to financial statements class, ang nandyan, usually 2 items yan. Okay? Makikita mo dyan yung accounting policies and yung mga details. Okay? Sir, ano ibig sabihin ng accounting policies? Makikita mo sa notes to financial statements yung mga accounting policies. For example, inventories. Okay? Ano ba pwedeng accounting policy? Pwedeng wave, pwedeng FIFO. For example, PPE. Pwedeng cost model, pwedeng revaluation model. Investment property, pwedeng cost model, pwedeng fair value model. Yung gagamitin na policy ng company, in our illustration na ABC, lahat ng policies na ABC, nandun yan sa notes to financial statements. Got it? Sir, ano naman yung details? Well, nandun din sa notes to financial statements yung details of these items. For example, cash and cash equivalents. Let's say cash in bank. Okay? Sa cash in bank, papakita dun sa details kung saan may deposit si ABC. So, for example, meron siyang cash in bank kay BDO, kay BPI, kay Metrobank, and so on and so forth. Ayun, nasa details yan. Okay, so ulitin ko class, pag sinabing notes to financial statements, tanda mo, 2 items yun nandyan. Accounting policies na ginagamit ng company and yung mga details ng mga line items na diniscuss natin. Alright? O sige. So apply natin yung class. Let's go to our illustrative examples. Illustrative example number 1, this is current versus non-current. Usually, ganito lang naman yung tanungan kapag financial statement of financial position. Okay, so requirement is compute for the total current and non-current assets. So the books of Pinnacle Company as of December 31 show the following. We have cash, 5,000. We know yung cash current. So ganito gawin natin class. Lagyan natin dito, current assets and non-current assets. And then lagyan na natin yung amount. Okay? So 5,000, lagyan natin dito, current assets yan. We have trade accounts receivable, net of 5,000 credit balance in customers accounts. Well, alam natin yung AR, accounts receivable, current asset yan. Kaya lang, ni-net niya sa credit balance ni customer. Naalala niyo pa yung concept yan? So, ganito yung class. So, for example, meron tayong accounts receivable. Okay, let's say 50,000. And then, ang binayad ni customer, 55,000. So, merong overpayment. Sobra yung binayad ni customer. Sa T-account natin, yung AR, normal balance siya is a debit. Kaya lang, nagkaroon ng overpayment, magiging credit balance yan. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng net of 5,000 credit balance. Dapat hindi mo ine-net. Because yung credit balance na yan, pwede mo i-consider as advances from customers, which is presented as current liability. So, add back natin, class, 20,000. Add back mo yung net na 5,000. So, 25,000 yung AR natin. Lagay mo siya dito sa current assets. Okay, held for trading. Pag sinabing held for trading, yan yung FVPL. Okay? Financial assets designated at FVPL, pareho yan, current assets. So, lagay natin class, 40,000 and 15,000. Okay? Next, investment in equity securities at FVOCI. If silent, yung FVOCI natin, non-current yan. Okay? So, lagay natin dito, FVOCI is 35,000. Next is investment in bonds measured at amortized cost. Again, amortized cost, if silent, non-current assets. So, lagay natin dito, 30,000. Okay, we have prepaid assets, yung mga prepaid such as mga supplies, prepaid insurance. So, we know, current assets yan. So, lagay natin, 5,000. Deferred tax asset expected to reverse in 2026. So, 2025 ngayon, magre-reverse sa 2026. Ano yan? Current asset or non-current asset? Well, ito yung exception to the rule. Ang general rule natin, pag next year na, current na yon. Except, deferred tax assets and deferred tax liability. Take note of that. Explicit sa PAS 1 na basta deferred tax asset, laging non-current. Always non-current. Okay? Deferred tax liability, always non-current liability. Okay? So, ito yung exception to the rule. Tandaan nyo, class. Kahit next year magre-reverse, pag deferred tax asset, non-current asset. Pag deferred tax liability, non-current liability. Okay? So, deferred tax asset yan. Lagay natin dito, 6,000. Okay, investment associate. So, we know, IIA. It's non-current asset. So, lagay natin dito. Investment properties, also a non-current asset. 23,000. Sinking fund. Naalala nyo yan yung cash na sineset aside mo. Ang maganda example yan kapag may bonds. Okay, sineset aside mo yan. So, non-current asset yan. 19,000. PPE, obviously, is a non-current asset. And then, goodwill, intangible asset yan. Non-current asset. So, let's compute. Okay, dumuna tayo sa current. 5,000 plus 25,000 plus 40,000 plus 15 plus 5,000. Sagot mo dyan, class. Total current assets, 90,000. And then let's go to non-current assets. 35,000 plus 30,000 plus 6,000 plus 18,000 plus 23,000 plus 19 plus 50,000 plus 14,000. Answer mo dyan, class. 195,000. Current assets, 90,000. Non-current assets, 195,000. Okay? Now, jump tayo sa main problems 1 and 2. Okay? So, main problem 1 muna tayo. Ganun pa rin siya, class. So, current versus non-current pa rin yan. Right? Sige. So, what total amount should be reported as current assets? So, focus tayo sa current assets. Xavier Company provided the following trial balance on June 30, 2021. Okay, so first item is cash overdraft. Naalala niyo pa yung concept ng cash overdraft? Di ba, yan yung sobra-sobra sa withdrawal. Current liability yan. Okay, so lagay mo dyan, current liability. Pero yung bank draft, okay, pag bank overdraft, current liability, tama? Pag bank draft, ano nga ba yun? Cash in bank yun. Naalala niyo sa discussion natin ng cash in cash equivalents? Pag overdraft, current liability. Pag draft, cash in bank. Okay, current asset. Sige, so current liability ang 200,000 pero tingin ka class dun sa second paragraph, no? Sa baba, nakalagay checks amounting to 600,000 were written to vendors and recorded on June 30, resulting in cash overdraft of 200,000. Ito yung source ng cash overdraft, okay? The checks were mailed on July 9 and take note, ang tanong sa atin is June 30. Minail siya July 9. Tama ba class? Kung maalala niyo yung cash and cash equivalents, dapat sa atin pa rin yung cash na yan as of June 30. Tama ba yan? So, kung i-imagine mo yan, meron tayong cash in bank na 400,000. Tama? And then, ini-issue na check is 600,000. Kaya nagkaroon tayo ng bank overdraft na 200,000. And we know yung bank overdraft, current liability yan. Alright? Kaya lang, class, yung 600,000 na yan, ini-issue siya July 9. Ang pinag-uusapan natin is June 30. Tama ba? As of June 30, wala ka pang ini-issue na check? So, ibig sabihin, how much class yung cash in bank talaga natin? Is it 400,000 or is it 600,000? 400,000. Ito lang talaga yung laman ng bank account natin. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, class, meron tayong cash in bank na 400,000 which is a current asset. So, kasama yan sa current asset natin. So, lagay ko dito, 400,000. Okay, next is accounts receivable. Alam natin, pag AR is current, lagay natin plus 700,000. Inventory, we know it's current, 1.2 million. Next is prepaid expenses or prepaid assets, 200,000. Plus land held for resale. Pag binibenta mo yung lupa, ano yan? Inventory yan. Okay, so lagay natin 2 million. And then PPE, we know it's non-current. Accounts payable, accrued expenses, current liability yan. Share capital, share premium, retained earnings, equity yan. Okay, so punta tayo class dun sa second paragraph. Okay, second sentence or third sentence. Land held for resale was sold for cash on July 15. Okay lang kasi June 30 pinag-uusapan natin. The financial statements were issued on July 1. What total amount should be reported as current assets? Compute natin yung total. We have 400,000 plus 700,000 plus 1.2 million plus 200,000 plus 2 million. You have 4.5 million. Letter A. Easy. Letter A, 4.5 million. Let's go to main problem number 2. Ganun pa rin class. Let's take a look at the question. Current assets total is, okay, so Emmanuel Company's trial balance reflected the following account balances of December 31. AR na 1.6 million, yes, kasama yan. Current assets yan. Short-term investments, yes, 500,000. Example niyan is FVPL, alright. Accumulated depreciation, o hindi, contra PPE yan. Huwag mo isasama sa current assets yan. Cash, obviously, is current assets plus 1.1 million. Inventory, yes, plus 3 million. Equipment and furniture, PPE yan, non-current assets yan. Patent is an intangible asset, so non-current yan. Prepaid expenses, yes, that's current, so that's 100,000. Land held for future business site, kung maalala nyo, diniscuss natin yan as under investment property. Kapag ang intention mo is gamitin siya pang business, owner-occupied yan or PPE yan. Okay, PPE. So, hindi siya part of the current asset. So, let's compute for the total, 1.6 million. Plus 500,000 plus 1.1 million plus 3 million plus 100,000. Sagot mo dito class, 6.3 million. Answer for main problem number 2, this letter D or dog, 6.3 million. Okay. Now, let's go back to illustrative example number 2. Okay, so punta tayo sa illustrative example number 2. We're done with current versus non-current assets. Doon naman tayo sa current versus non-current liabilities. Okay. Sige, compute for the total current and non-current liabilities. So, gawin natin class, lagyan natin dito current liabilities and non-current liabilities. The books of Mr. Accounting Company as of December 31 show the following. Bank overdraft. So, again, pag bank overdraft, current liability yan. Pag bank draft, cash in bank yan. Okay? So, lagay natin yung overdraft na sa current liability, 5,000. We have trade accounts payable net of 5,000 debit balance in supplier's account. So, parang counterpart to nung kanina na dun sa AR natin na credit balance in customer's account. So, ganito nangyari dyan, class. Dun sa, kung i-visualize mo siya, meron tayong accounts payable. Let's say, 50,000 yung accounts payable natin. Ang binayad natin kay supplier is 55. Meron tayong overpayment. Kaya ang nangyari, yung accounts payable, ang normal balance siya talaga is a debit. But because of the overpayment, magkakaroon ng debit tayo na 5,000 na balance. Okay? So, yung 5,000 na yan, advances to suppliers yan. Pag advances to suppliers, current asset yan. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin dyan, class, trade accounts payable na 5,000. O, 20,000, naka-net daw yung 5,000. Dapat hindi mo ininet yan. Kasi presented as current asset yan. So, 20,000 plus 5,000, 25,000. Lagay mo yun sa current liability. Okay? Notes payable due in 20 semi-annual payments of 2,000. Tawa ba, class, yung notes payable na yan? If 40,000 yung total niya, okay, sabi dyan, due in 20 semi-annual payments of 2,000. So, every 6 months, 2,000 yung binabayad. So, ibig sabihin, next year, dalawang 2,000. So, 4,000 yung current. Therefore, non-current mo is 36,000. So, lagyan natin dito, 4,000. And then, 36,000 for non-current liability. Next, interest payable is always current liability yan. Lagyan mo dyan, 15,000. Kahit yung related niya na, for example, bonds payable, yung interest is galing sa bonds payable. Kahit long-term yung bonds, yung interest mo is always current. Okay? Bonds payable, due March 31, 2026. If silent, yung bonds payable natin, non-current. Pero since magmamature na siya next year, magiging current na yan. But take note, merong discount. Okay? So, 35,000 minus the discount, 20,000 yan. So, current liability, 20,000. Next is dividends payable. If silent, cash dividends payable yan. Okay? So, current liability, 5,000. Share dividends payable. Natutunan natin sa shareholders equity, equity account yan. Hindi yan liability account. Next is deferred tax liability. As I mentioned earlier, pag DTL, kahit magre-reverse yan next year, always non-current liability according to PAS1. Okay? So, that is 18,000. We have income tax payable. Income tax payable is current liability kasi ibabayad mo kay BIR yan every April 15. So, ibig sabihin, current liability siya. Lagyan natin 22,000. Contingent liability. Alam natin pag contingent, disclosure lang yan. Okay? And then retained earnings is an equity account. So, let's compute for the total. Total current liability is 5,000 plus 25,000 plus 4,000 plus 15,000 plus 20 plus 5,000 plus 22,000. Answer natin, class. Current liability, 96,000. And then non-current liabilities, 36,000 plus 18. Final answer, 54,000. Okay, so current liabilities, 96. Non-current natin is 54,000. Okay, now jump tayo to main problems 3 and 4. Main problems 3 and 4, current versus non-current liabilities pa rin yan. Sige, so jump tayo dyan. Main problem 3. Okay. Question is, what amount should be reported for current liabilities? Okay, let's read the given. Tricia Company had the following liabilities on December 31. Accounts payable, syempre current yan. Tama? So, current liabilities yung tanong. So, lagyan natin yan, 55,000. Unsecured notes due July 1, 2022. Ingat ka lagi dun sa mga year. Okay? So, ang pinag-uusapan natin ngayon, December 31, 2021, magmamature na siya next year. So, ibig sabihin, current na yan, 400,000. Accrued expenses, 35,000, current yan. Contingent liability, pag contingent, disclosure lang yan. Okay? Hindi natin, wala kang journal entry kapag contingent. Deferred tax liability, always non-current liability. Senior bonds, pag silent, non-current. Pero nakalagay, due 2022, magiging current na siya. Plus 1 million. Okay, so tingnan natin. The contingent liability is an accrual for possible loss. So dapat hindi ka nag-accrue for contingent liability kasi disclosure lang yan. So disregard mo lang yan. File against the entity, the legal counsel expects suit to be settled. Okay, the deferred tax liability is expected to reverse in 2022. Kahit na, hindi important yun. Always non-current yan. So, let's compute. 55,000 plus 400,000 plus 35,000 plus 1 million. Sagot mo dito, class, is letter C, 1,490,000. Main problem number 3, answer natin letter C, 1,490,000. Let's go to main problem number 4. Okay. In the December 31 balance sheet, the current liabilities, so again, current liabilities pa rin yung question sa atin. Let's read the given. The trial balance of Melody reflected the following liability account balances on December 31. Accounts payable, yes, 1.9 million, kasama yan. Next is bonds payable due 2022. So next year, magmamature na siya. Lagay mo dyan, 3.4 million. Plus deferred income tax payable. Pag sinabing deferred income tax payable, DTL yan. Okay, deferred tax liability yan. So, non-current liability yan. Dividends payable, if silent, cash dividends payable, therefore current, 500,000. Income tax payable, yan yung current natin, 900,000. Notes payable due 2023, 2021 ngayon, 2023, 2 years from now, so more than 12 months, non-current yan, okay? Notes payable, yan. Discount on bonds payable. So, yung bonds payable natin, I think ito yung 3.4 million. May discount daw yan, so mag-minus 200,000 tayo. Therefore, yung bonds payable natin is 3.2 million. Okay, so let's compute. 1.9 million plus 3.2 million plus 500,000 plus 900,000. Sagot natin yung class. 6.5 million, letter D or dog. 6.5 million. Okay. Next is, let's go to main problem number 5. Okay. The December 31 working capital. Main problem number 5. Sir, ano ibig sabihin ng working capital? So, working capital class, ang formula natin dyan is just current assets minus current liabilities. So, ganun pa rin. Ang focus pa rin natin is current versus non-current. So, ulitin ko, when you say working capital, it's just current assets minus current liabilities. You also call it sometimes net working capital. So, working capital or net working capital, current assets minus current liabilities yan. Okay? So, let's go to main problem number 5. So, ang mas gusto natin class, mas mataas yung working capital. Okay? Para, ibig sabihin, mas mataas yung current assets natin than the current liability. Mas liquid tayo, yung liquidity. Okay? Mas liquid tayo if mas mataas yung working capital natin. Okay, so gawin natin, lagay natin dito current assets, dito yung current liabilities. The following information pertains to Christie Company on December 31. PPE, non-current yan. So, current ang pinag-uusapan natin. So, disregard mo yan. Accounts receivable, 20 million. So, lagay natin yan sa current assets. Prepaid insurance, yes, 2.5 million. We have short-term note payable. Lagay natin sa current liability yan. Cash natin is 5 million current assets. Bonds payable, non-current liability. Take note, current na pinag-uusapan natin. Land is non-current assets. Accounts payable is 8 million. Lagay natin sa current liability. Allowance for doubtful accounts, kontra AR yan. So, mag-minus 1 million tayo dito. Merchandise inventory. Inventory is current. Short-term investments, current yan. Wages payable natin is current liability. Okay, so sige class. Yung premium on bonds payable, so pag bonds payable, alam natin, non-current yan. Sige. So let's compute for the total current assets. 20 million plus 2.5 million plus 5 million minus 1 million plus 13 million plus 7 million. Current assets natin class, 46.5 million. Current liabilities, okay, we have 3 plus 8, that is 11 plus 2, 13 million. Ibig sabihin class, yung working capital natin is a difference between the two. 46.5 million minus 13 million, working capital is 33.5 million, which is letter boy. Okay, letter B. And again, ibig sabihin ito, liquid yung company. Okay, kasi merong positive yung working capital. Mas mataas si current assets than current liabilities, so mas madali magbayad ng mga short-term obligations yung company. Okay? Sige, let's go to main problem number 6. So, ganun pa rin class. Main problem number 6 is about working capital pa rin, or net working capital. So, ganun din yun. Current assets minus current liabilities. So, lagay natin current assets, current liabilities. Okay. Kyra Company provided the following balances as of December 31. Cash, net of 5,000 overdraft. Yung overdraft, again, current liability yan. Add back mo yan. 50,000 yung cash, naka-net sa 5,000 o 55,000. So, lagay natin dito sa current assets. 55,000. Next is trading securities or FVPL. Okay, fair value is 19,000, cost is 16. Alam natin, kaya FVPL, fair value siya. Yun yung gagamitin natin, 19,000. Okay, next, receivables, net of allowance for bad debts or yung ADA. Tama lang kasi ninet naman talaga natin yung AR sa ADA. Kaya lang, ninet din niya dun sa customer credit balance. Kapag customer credit balance, tama ba class, overpayment ni customer yan? Meron tayong liability kay customer. So, ang gagawin ko dyan, yung 30,000, dapat hindi nakanet yung 4,000. Tama lang na nakanet yung 2,000. Pero dapat hindi nakanet yung 4,000. So gagawin ko, sa current assets natin, magiging 34,000 yan. And then yung 4,000 na customer credit balance, current liability yan. Okay? So, lagay natin dito, 4,000 for current liability. Next, inventory, 5,000 of which are held on consignment. So, ibig sabihin, kinonsign sa atin. Alam natin, pag naka-consign sa atin, tayo si consignee, hindi natin inventory yan. So, i-minus mo yan. 60,000 minus 5,000, that's 55,000 inventory. We know it's a current assets. Okay, prepayments including 2,000 of supplies already used up. O, paggamit na, expense na yan. Okay, hindi na pwedeng sabihin na prepaid supplies yan. 10,000 minus 2,000, you have 8,000. And we know yung mga prepaid assets, current lahat yan. PPE, non-current, so hindi relevant sa atin yan. Accounts payable, net of suppliers, debit balance. Okay, kapag debit balance naman ni supplier, may overpayment tayo kay supplier. Current asset naman yun. So, gagawin ko dyan, class, yung 45,000, naka-net daw yung 6. Add back ko yan. So, ibig sabihin, yung accounts payable natin, 45 plus 6 is 51. And then, yung 6,000 na overpayment natin, current asset yun, advances to supplier. So, lagay ko dito, 6,000. Notes payable, bank, maturing annually at 50,000. So, ibig sabihin, 50,000 babayaran natin next year. Okay? Current liability yung 50,000. And then, income tax payable, we know, current liability yan. And then, yung stock dividends distributable, we know equity yan. Okay? So, let's compute 55,000 plus 19 plus 34 plus 55,000 plus 8,000 plus 6,000. You have 177,000 current assets. For current liabilities, 4,000 plus 51,000 plus 50,000 plus 40,000. We have 100. Okay, parang may kulang ako isa. So, 4,000 plus 51. We have 50 plus 40. Kulang tayo, class, yung overdraft. Nakita niyan? Yung first item, overdraft. Current liability, hindi ko nasulat dito. So, lagay natin yung overdraft na 5,000. Ayan. So, overdraft, 5,000. Yun yung first line item na. 5,000 plus 4,000 plus 51,000 plus 50,000 plus 40,000, you have 150,000. So, ibig sabihin, meron tayong current assets na 177, meron tayong current liability na 150. Difference yan is 27,000. We call it working capital or net working capital. Okay, that's for main problem number 6. And again, ayan. So, ganyan lang mag-solve ng working capital. Current assets minus current liabilities. Okay, so, we're down to the last problem for statement of financial position. Let's go to main problem number 7. So, tingnan mo natin, class, yung mga questions. Question number 1, non-current liabilities. Question number 2, retained earnings. And question number 3, shareholders' equity. So, gawin natin, isa-isahin natin per line item, tingnan natin yung classification. Okay? Melvina Corporation provided the following balances on December 31. Sulat mo na lang, accounts payable, current liability yan. Accrued taxes, accrued expense yan, so current liability. Ordinary shares, equity. Dividends, ordinary share, dividends, preference share, so we know, liability yan. Okay? Kapag cash dividends payable. Okay? So kasama yan. And then, mortgage payable, 500,000 due in 6 months. So, ibig sabihin sa mortgage payable, class, 500,000 current. Yung 4 million minus 500,000 or 3.5 million, non-current liability yan. Okay? So, notes payable due 2024, 2021 ngayon, 2024 yung tanong. So, ibig sabihin, non-current liability yan. Premium share or preference shares, parehong equity yan. Premium on notes payable, yung notes payable natin is non-current, so non-current din yung premium natin. Profit summary, ibig sabihin, class, yan, iyan yung net income, okay? Accumulated profits, ibig sabihin lang yan, iyan yung retained earnings beginning. Unearned rent income, alam natin kapag unearned, current liability. Okay, so isolve natin yan. Question number 1, sabi dyan, class, how much daw yung non-current liabilities? Okay, non-current liabilities natin, to recall, nandyan yung 2 million natin na notes payable, okay, plus 3.5 million na mortgage payable. Tama ba, class? Yung mortgage payable natin, 4 million yung total niyan. So, sabi dyan, 500,000 daw, current. Ibig sabihin, 3.5 million, non-current. Okay? So, 3.5 million. So, yun yung 3.5 million yan. What else? We have yung premium on notes payable. Ito yung notes payable, di ba? Siyempre, pag premium, i-add mo yan, 200,000. So, 2 million plus 3.5, that's 5.5 plus 200,000, 5.7 million. Answer natin for question number 1 is letter A. Question number 2, what is the retained earnings? So, gagawin ko dyan, class, T-account tayo sa retained earnings. Tingin ka dun sa right side, accumulated profits. Ibig sabihin ng accumulated profits, retained earnings. Yan yung beginning, 2.5 million. So, credit balance. And then, meron tayong income or profit summary, credit balance, ibig sabihin net income. We have 4 million. And then, take note na meron tayong dividends. Kung maalala nyo, class, yung dividends, nakakabawas yan ng retained earnings. Tingin ka dun sa 4th and 5th item, dividends na binayar natin sa ordinary shares and preference shares, 1 million plus 500, that's 1.5 million. So, lagay mo dyan, 1.5. Therefore, retained earnings natin, 2.5 plus 4 minus 1.5 million, you have 5 million. Retained earnings, 5 million, letter D or dog. Question number 3, shareholders' equity. Well, kasama yung retained earnings sa shareholders' equity. Lagay natin RE na 5 million. And then, nasan pa yung mga shareholders' equity natin? Tama ba yung premium share? Okay. And yung preference share? Yung premium share, yun yung share premium. Okay. So, 500,000. Lagay natin share premium, 500,000. Preference shares, 3 million. Ano pa? Meron pa ba? So, 3 million plus, don't forget, may nakalimutan pa ba tayo? Yung ordinary shares. Ordinary shares, nandun sa 3rd item, that is 5 million. Okay, so retained earnings, 5 million, plus share premium na 500,000, plus preference shares na 3 million, ordinary shares na 5 million. Answer natin, class, 13.5 million, letter B or boy. Okay, so ayan. Yan lahat ng problems natin for statement of financial position. Let's answer the related theory questions. Okay, now, i-check nyo sa handouts nyo, class. I-search nyo. Ang pangalan ng theory natin for the financial statements is Presentation of FS. Yan yung title. Okay, so search nyo yung handouts. Presentation of financial statements. Nandyan yung theories na nasagutan natin. Okay, theory number 1. What financial statement does not involve a distinct period of time? Okay? So, yun yung explanation ko kanina. Yung distinct period of time, yun yung for the period. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yung example natin, 2027, para lang sa year 2027. Okay? So, statement of cash flows, statement of changes in equity, statement of comprehensive income for the period, lahat yan. Okay? Distinct period yan. So, ang sagot dito does not involve statement of financial position. Kasi pag statement of financial position, as of or running balance ever since nag-start mag-operate yung company. So, for number 1, boy yung sagot natin. Let's go to number 2. The basis for classifying assets as current or non-current is conversion to cash within operating cycle. Okay? Or 12 months, whichever is longer. But if silent, yung operating cycle natin is 12 months. So, letter A for number 2. Number 3, as indicated in SPAS 1 or IAS 1 on the presentation of FS, when assets and liabilities are not classified into the current non-current, they should be presented broadly on the face of the balance sheet in order of, ano ibig sabihin yan? Ang sagot mo dyan, class, actually is boy, liquidity. So, ibig sabihin, for current assets, for example, yung cash natin, ito yung order of liquidity. Ano ibig sabihin ng liquidity? Kung gaano kabilis natin mako-convert into cash. Ang pinaka-liquid, obviously, cash and cash equivalents. Kasi cash na yan eh. Ang next na liquid is trade and other receivables. Ibig sabihin, yung next na mas madali i-convert into cash. Next is FVPL, next is inventories, next is prepaid expenses. Yung order of liquidity, tawag natin dyan. Yan yung sagot natin for number 3, letter B, liquidity. A public utility reports non-current assets as the first item on the balance sheet. This is an example of, FYI, in PAS 1, hindi nakalagay dun, okay? Walang pine-prescribe or nire-require kung ano yung mas una. Okay? So, pwede kang mag-start sa presentation mo in the statement of financial position, pwedeng current muna, and then followed by non-current. Or pwede kang mag-start sa non-current, and then current. Okay? For example, class, public utility or Meralco. Pag chinek mo yung financial statements sa mga public utilities na ganyan, ang makikita mo sa balance sheet nila, unang pine-present yung non-current assets kesa dun sa current assets. Okay, again, walang requirement si PAS 1 na uunahin mo yung current before non-current. Walang ganun. Kahit ano pwede, as long as reliable yung financial statements natin. Okay, so again, for number 4, industry practice yan. Usually kapag mga capital intensive, okay, mga industries, inuuna nila yung non-current kasi mas significant yung amounts doon compared dun sa current. Okay? Number 5, PAS1 precludes, pag sinabing precludes, prohibits or prevents, hindi daw pinapayagan, an entity to present or classify this account as current. Boy yung sagot natin dyan. So, deferred tax asset. So, again, sabi ko kanina, under PAS1, basta deferred tax asset or deferred tax liability, laging non-current yan. Never sila magiging current. Okay? Sige, number 6. Which of the following is not acceptable treatment for the presentation of current liabilities? Punta ka sa DOG. Offsetting current liabilities against assets that are to be applied to settlement. So usually class, hindi talaga allowed yung offsetting. Okay? Nininet, hindi allowed yun. Okay? So, meron ng mga rare instances, but in general, hindi allowed yung offsetting. Okay? Jump tayo dun sa theory number 17. Okay, theory number 17. 1-7. Okay, number 17. An entity disclosing comparative information shall present as a minimum, choose the incorrect. Alin daw dito yung mali. So, take note class na kapag magpe-present ka ng financial statements, okay, laging 2 years yan, comparative. So, for example, ang pe-present mo is 2027, kailangan i-present mo din yung 2026. Laging 2 years yung makikita mo sa financial statements. Okay? Kaya, ang tanong dito, alin daw yung mali? Okay? A, 2 statements of financial position, tama yan, laging 2 years. 2 statements of comprehensive income, yes. 3 statements of financial position when an entity applies an accounting policy retrospectively. Meron tayong separate session for accounting policy, pero tandaan mo class, every time na may change in accounting policy or every time na makakita tayo ng errors, prior period errors, magpe-present ka ng statement of financial position na 3 years. Statement of financial position lang, okay, 3 years. Mali yung DOG. 3 statements of comprehensive income when an entity applies an accounting policy. Again, ang general rule, 2. Sa lahat ng financial statements sa atin, yung 5 na yan, 2 periods lagi. Kapag nagkaroon ng change in accounting policy or nagkaroon ng errors in the prior periods, magpe-present ka ng statement of financial position na 3 years. Etong 4 na yan, 2 years pa rin. Okay? So, kaya ang mali dyan is DOG. For number 17, letter D. Okay, let's now go to number 22. Okay, number 22. Under PS1, which of the following is true about PFRS requirements? Okay, kaka-explain ko lang. Doon tayo sa boy. Prior year comparative FS are required. Yes. Again, in general, pag pe-present ka, for example, 2027, ipe-present mo din yung last year, 2026. Okay? Boy for number 22. And then, discuss na rin natin yung notes to financial statements. So again, pag notes to financial statements, nandyan yung accounting policies and nandyan yung mga details. Okay? Punta ka dun sa number 23. What is the purpose of information presented as notes to FS? Punta ka sa letter C. To provide disclosure generally required by generally accepted accounting principles. Ano yung mga disclosures na kailangan mo? Accounting policies and yung mga details ng mga line items na yan. So letter C for number 23. Number 24. The notes to financial statements should not be used to, o punta ka sa DOG, correct an improper presentation. Okay? So mali yun. Kapag improper presentation, hindi yan compliant with PFRS. So hindi mo siya pwedeng i-correct using yung notes to financial statements. DOG for number 24. 25. The summary of accounting policies, ito siya, okay, is normally presented, usually una yan. Very first yan sa notes to financial statements. Letter C, as the first note after all the financial statements. Letter C. Anong mga examples sa accounting policy? For example, PPE, kung si ABC ba ang ginagamit niya, cost model or revaluation model. Sa inventories, si ABC ba, ano ginagamit niya? FIFO or WAVE? Mga ganun siya. Nandun yan sa accounting policies, usually presented yan first in the notes to financial statements. Number 26. As a significant component of notes to financial statements, the accounting policy section should describe, ayun, letter C tayo, both the measurement base used and accounting policies followed. So again, example ko kanina, cost model versus evaluation model, FIFO versus WAVE, ganun siya, letter C. Number 27. Which of the following statements is incorrect regarding notes to financial statements? Alin daw yung mali dito? Punta ka sa letter C. PFRS requires that all notes be clear, simple to understand, and non-technical in nature. Yun yung nagpamali dyan, yung non-technical. Because yung notes to FS natin, kailangan very detailed yan. Even if technical yan, kailangan i-present mo yan sa financial statements natin. Tama naman yung clear, simple to understand. Ang mali dyan yung non-technical. Okay? So, letter C yung sagot natin. Tingnan natin yung ibang choices. Letter A, PFRS requires specific note disclosures including disaggregation of inventories into classifications such as merchandise, production, supplies. Tama yan. Yun yung mga details. Right? Letter B, PFRS requires a maturity analysis for receivables. So basically, required din doon kung, okay, so year 1, ilan yung how much yung mako-collect natin sa AR. Parang aging schedule, year 2, year 3, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's why letter C, yung non-technical yung nagpamali dyan. Okay? So ayan, yun yung mga related theory questions for statement of financial position.